Welcome back to Certified Lunacy. I'm your host, Ian, and today we have our first solo episode. Woo! Yeah, so I wanted to do something different for the holidays. Merry Christmas, by the way. Happy New Year. I'm a little late, but, at least I showed up. For this episode, I had some viewers and fans. I put it up in my story. I said, DM me with any topic you want. So it can be questions, hot takes, stories, asking for advice, really anything like that. And I'm going to do my best to answer everybody. I'm just trying this out as a new format. I think it'll be fun. I think the reason why I want to start doing it allows me to be a little more intimate with you guys. I can share you more about my personal life. And also, I can just interact with the fans more. So feel free to DM me anytime, any topics, anything like that. And maybe I'll include it in the next episode. So let's get goofy. Before we get started, though, I do want to really quickly talk about where I've been. I was gone for about 7 days. I didn't release any new videos, nothing like that. And it's because I was in Taipei. I used to live in Taipei for 9 weeks. You guys probably don't know that, but I was over there for an exchange program where I was studying Chinese. This time I just went back for a week with my dad. We were checking out the city, catching up with some old friends, and yeah. Not a lot of exciting things to say about it, but the one thing I do want to say that I think is kind of interesting. For the first time in my life, I kind of understand alcoholism. While I was over there, I discovered a bar. It's called Ounce. It's a craft cocktail bar, and it's about, after tip and tax, like $15 US per cocktail. So pretty affordable. And these cocktails are delicious, and there's no menu. So when you go in, you basically just tell them what you like, and then they'll make you whatever cocktail that they think you might like. And if you don't like it, then on the next one, they'll change the flavor, or they'll add a different flavor, or they'll use a different base spirit. And the more you go there, the more they get to know your drink orders, but also the more they get to know you. And they give a lot of free shots away. So I was there on New Year's, for example, and they gave me 7 free shots on 5 cocktails. So getting hammered constantly. And so I drank 6 out of 7 nights while I was over there. Quick little shout out Lucas, shout out Zach, shout out everyone else who worked at that bar. You guys are great. But yeah, I just wanted to level with you guys on that. I'm not going to lie, by the 7th day I was feeling horrible, but I also was feeling worse without the alcohol. I think for the first time in my life, especially when I came back from Taiwan, I was going through alcohol withdrawal, which is kind of crazy. For me, it was irritability and anxiousness and just general cravings for alcohol. It was weird because generally I'm not actually the biggest drinker, though my content might reflect otherwise. I don't drink that often. I'll drink maybe twice a month. So that I drank that many days in a row, and then I found myself suffering the consequences was super, I don't know, it was new to me, and I thought it was interesting, and it's something I want to share with you guys. So there's that. Set that aside. That's where I was. Sorry I was gone. It won't happen again. It might, but maybe I'll tell you guys next time. The other thing that's been going on in my life, this one is a little bit more intimate, a little bit more vulnerable. I was unsure about putting this up, but I feel like you as the fans, I want to be able to share as much of my life with you as possible. So I have recently had a dating debacle. Now, here's what happened. Someone followed actually this page. They were a fan. I DM'd them, and we started texting. Both of us were on vacation at different times, me in Taipei, her also across the world. So we weren't able to see each other for 3 weeks. But we were texting every day, all day, multiple hours a day, sending back texts constantly. And not only was it constant conversation, but it was really intimate. There was trauma dumping going on, and she was going through a hard time at one point, so I was consoling her. It was I don't want to say it was serious, but for 3 weeks of texting, it kind of felt, like something. And the whole time, not only was it that, but it was also a lot of I can't wait to see you, I just can't wait for you to get back, I wish you were here, I need you here right now. So even up until the last day, literally the last day before I'm about to fly back, I literally send a couple messages back and forth, and it's literally oh my God, I'm so excited, this is going to be the best. I get home, I say, hey, I'm home. She goes, yay, you're home. Immediately, right? Not even a minute passes. Then I go, what are your plans this week? Complete rug pull ghost. Complete. There is just literally no response. And that just dumbfounded me. Because okay, if you meet someone, especially in a romantic context, a DM or a dating app slide, and you're talking for a long time over text, I just don't understand why you would continue that conversation if you were never planning on hanging out. And so these are my theories on why someone might. 1, you're not sure whether or not you like them, so you're just texting them to figure it out, and then eventually you figure out that you don't like them. But I kind of feel the problem with that is That's the whole point of a date. Like, you go on a date to figure out if you like someone. So to me, that kind of rules that out, where it's like if you were unsure, you would still maybe go on a date. And at least if you decide that you don't like them, like, you maybe say something, like, not just complete rug pull ghost. And also, I feel like if you decide you don't like someone, you would like be more distant as, you know, the days that they were going to arrive would get closer. That didn't happen. So probably doesn't make sense. 2, genuine fear. I think that, like, for a lot of women, there is a pretty high threshold for going on a date, and that would be, like, safety. Every time a girl goes on a blind date, her life is actually at risk. And at the end of the day, I am a stranger on the internet, so that's possible. But also, like, you could have a date during the day, in public. If you genuinely thought your safety was threatened, you probably wouldn't text this person for that long anyways. So that one doesn't make sense to me either. Number 3, she has a boyfriend. Possible. I didn't do any digging, but she is actually probably going to see this because she watches my stuff. I hope you don't have a boyfriend. That's sinister. But 4, and this is the one that I believe, genuine sadistic pleasure. Because to me, it's like, I understand it's easy to, like, catch feelings for someone or even have, like, a temporary e-boyfriend. Like, that might be kind of fun. But, like, the whole being so intimate and being so reciprocative up until, like, the last text. Like, literally, I was like, I'm home. Text back, not even a minute later. Like, that's incredible. And then just a complete rug pull. No explanation. Like, I think maybe some people get sadistic pleasure out of knowing that they caused pain. I mean, clearly I'm thinking about it. So, yeah, I guess that's my question just for anybody at home, men or women. Have you ever done something like this before? Have you ever, like, I don't want to call it leading on, but, like, texted someone for a long period of time, back and forth, made it seem like you wanted to see this person when the whole time you didn't want to? And if so, why?
How it made you feel?
Obviously, it's, like, really confusing. And honestly, it's a little bit anxiety-inducing because, like, did I do something to make her feel uncomfortable? Like, because things were going so good until they weren't, you know? Yeah, and obviously, it's definitely just a bummer, too. I was excited to see this person. I guess... Oh, how am I going to solve it? I think what I've come to the decision is, and you guys can tell me if this is petty or not, or if this is, like, a little bit excessive. I was going to send, like, one more text, but not even on some, like, I miss us type shit, just on some, like, hey, you probably shouldn't do this to future partners because, like, it's kind of hurtful. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's, like, too harsh? Is it unbecoming of me to hit her up again? I don't know. But, yeah, I think that's all I had to say about my updates on life. So, romantically spinning out of control and on the borderline of alcoholism. Oh, I didn't mention this, but we have Jason behind the camera, and I'll be referring back to him occasionally.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to probably get into the questions now, but let me know if you guys like this stuff. Like, if this is, like, too personal, or if, like, I can just knock it off and I can keep doing the dumb shit. But, I don't know. I feel like, especially the people who are watching on YouTube, I thought you might appreciate getting to know me a little more and knowing what I've been, like, going through. So, yeah, I'm going to get into the questions now. Oh, by the way, so all the topics and everything, they are entirely anonymous. I'm not going to reveal who it is unless that person specifically asked me to reveal who they are. Anyways, here we go. This is from Brisket Lover. I don't know if you guys remember this guy, but he used to call in every single episode on my call-in show. So shout out Brisket Lover, and shout out Brisket Lover for being the first person to submit a question as well. Topic request from my lady. Do all men have humiliation kinks? I think yes, to varying degrees. Huh. Interesting. I'll finish the rest of the question, and then I'll go into it. I feel like men find it hot to get dominated on occasion, like some only in the bedroom, which is pretty vanilla, such as getting ridden or having their eyes or mouth covered. But there's the extreme, and like being walked like a dog in public in a gimp suit. Yeah, so I guess the thesis here is that like all men are into humiliation, mostly sexually speaking. I guess I can like kind of resonate with this because recently I've been really interested in goth women, or whatever you want to call it, alt women, necromancers. But for me, definitely an allure to that, like part of why I'm interested in it is because of like the intimidation factor. When I look at my partner, I kind of want to be scared that she might eat me, but like not even in the sexy way, like in the same way that a tiger might kill a sheep, you know, like that's the feeling that I'm going for. So in that end, it's not quite humiliation, but I definitely like understand the slight submissiveness or like fear of one's partner that I could understand. I think maybe what you're confusing is humiliation and the letting go of authority. In most places in relationships, men are basically they have to take the wheel, right? So whether that be paying for the meal or even driving, you have like passenger princess culture. So like maybe in the bedroom when you're being vulnerable, being able to let go of that dominance a little bit, I could see why a lot of men are interested in that. I certainly am. Well, let's make some calls. Should we call a couple men?
Yeah.
Should I start with my dad?
That's good.
If my dad doesn't pick up, I'm gonna be so sad. Fuck my life. No, wait, it's a Saturday. It's 11.
He's got to be up.
I'm not gonna. Oh.
Hi.
Oh.
Nelson, pick up.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, did I just wake you up?
No.
Oh, thank God. Are you busy right now?
No.
Okay, we're recording right now on the podcast,
Okay.
and I've been tasked with calling some of my close male friends and asking them two things. One, do you think that you have a humiliation kink? And two, if you do, or if you don't, do you think that all men have a humiliation kink?
How are we defining a humiliation kink?
So the viewer said stuff like basic subordinates in the bedroom, so like getting ridden or like having your eyes covered or even like up to the point of like gimp suit level where you're like being walked like a dog in public.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I do not have a humiliation kink. And I
Really,
don't
at all?
know-
Like you don't like any of that stuff, even like the vanilla stuff?
Oh, I mean, like, I guess I like getting ridden.
Yeah, but that's hardly even. I mean, that's almost just like, automatic, How would you not?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I would say the other two examples you gave, I don't. I would not say I would enjoy that.
Yeah, and also like to me that doesn't even necessarily scream humiliation. Like obviously the walking dog one does, but like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Do you have any other any last words on this? Anything about
I just feel like humiliation kink, I don't see, at least in the guys I've come across, that'd be like a...
yeah. It's definitely like a strong way to put it.
Yeah, I think it needs to... I feel like if it was rephrased, then maybe there's an argument there, but like humiliation kink is pretty OD.
I agree. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Cool, we'll go to the next one.
Nice.
Okay, this one comes from I. Is it gay to like girls? They be kissing guys. What are you suggesting here? Are you suggesting that like all women are like some sort of like middleman character for like gayness? And if so, are you suggesting that we cut out the middleman? Like, are you just suggesting that we stop dating women entirely because it's gay? Or are you saying that we should just be gay because being straight is gay anyways? I need more clarity here, but let me think about it some more. I just feel like with something like this, like it's so subjective, like we have to use mathematics. Let's assume that his proposal is correct. If you kiss straight women and they kiss men, you're gay. Okay, fine. If you kiss straight men and they kiss women, even though they're kissing women, you're still kissing a man, so you're gay. Okay. If you kiss gay men and they kiss men, double gay. But if you kiss lesbian women, they kiss women. So I guess by that logic, the only way you can be like 100% straight, as straight as possible, is if you only kiss gold star lesbians. Which, I'll be honest, as a man, might be kind of hard to pull off. This one comes in from W. Would you rather have a girlfriend that every time she goes out, she hugs and gets picked up and swung around by all the dudes she knows, or a girlfriend that starts crying every time she does something wrong and won't stop till you stop trying to hold her accountable? Wow. That's a hard hitter. I think it just comes down to, what do I think I could handle more, jealousy or a lack of accountability? For me, I don't know. I would like to say that the picked up and swung around thing wouldn't even bother me that much. Like, I feel like that would not be a deal breaker, just in a general relationship with me. I don't know. Also, though, I don't even see, like, being picked up and swung around as, like, a romantic act. I've never done that to a partner. Not once. Has anyone? Have you?
No.
It's like, the dirty dancing thing, like, that, no one does that. To me, that's, like, not even that romantic. On the other end, though, the complete lack of accountability with all problems, like, that would be really hard. I mean, I've definitely been friends with and also dated people who like have trouble claiming accountability, and that frustrates me. So honestly, the first one by a landslide, and in fact, I think I would continue to date someone who did that. Oh my god, this person said like 100 things. What is your most irrational fear? I have spider trauma. Yeah, when I was in high school, so my high school, we were a global travel program. So that would mean at the end of every year, we would all go traveling somewhere, the whole school, and you'd go with your grade. And the junior year trip was a backpacking trip in Yosemite. And I had already really not liked bugs and spiders. And all my classmates knew that. And for some reason, the whole trip, every time I'd go back to my tent, there'd be like tons of bugs in there. Like ants and bees and wasps and spiders, mostly. Lots of fucking spiders. Big spiders. So big, like multiple squashes required to kill these motherfuckers. Honkin' spiders. At the same time, my bug bites were out of control. By the third night we were there, or rather the fourth morning, I guess, my arm and neck, so my left arm, which was closest to the side of the tent, and my neck, which was near the door of the tent, no flat skin. Completely raised skin, all bug bites, hundreds of bug bites, to the point where I was having like a gnarly allergic reaction. So by the last day, I was having like low-grade fever, chills. I literally had to get like shuttled off to the hospital and given this special cream to continue the trip. So yeah, spider trauma. I hate spiders. The funny part is this. That was my sophomore year. The summer after my senior year, I was at a party with my friends.
Was your sophomore year or your junior year?
Sophomore year.
Okay.
Did I missay it?
I think you said junior earlier.
Oh, it's okay. It was my sophomore year. My buddy, he comes up to me super drunk, and he's looking remorseful, completely in despair. And he goes, Ian, do you remember the Yosemite trip when you got bit by those bugs and you had to go to the hospital? And of course, I'm like, yes. How could I not? It's like literally traumatic. I can't look at a spider the same way again. And he goes, I knew you didn't like spiders, and I thought it was funny to hear you scream. So whenever you'd leave for a hike, I'd throw food in your tent and leave the door unzipped. And then before you'd come back from the hike, I would just take all the food out and zip it back up. I'll be honest, great prank. I hold nothing against him. And I think, honestly, he's punished himself enough mentally that, like, I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. But yeah, so that's my trauma. Spiders, dude. Huge irrational fear. I mean, even to this day, like, I can do, like, a daddy long legs, but anything that even has a remote chance of biting me, I need to kill it with, like, a 7-foot pole. And still, ideally, if someone else would do it instead. Okay, this next one comes in from Jay. What do you think about Alexa integrated lighting during a hookup? Does it kill the vibes if you have to yell, Alexa, turn the lights off? For me, because I like to laugh during sex, I think it would be funny. But I can see why it wouldn't be the best thing. But what's worse? Okay, Alexa, turn the lights off, or this. And honestly, that would be the worst, because then as you're fucking, like the lights would be like a rave. So that would be actually way worse. Don't do the clapping lights for sure if you're gonna have sex. What if you like change the lights off? Like the lights off trigger word, what if you change it to dirty talk? Damn, you're so beautiful. Lights go off. Is that Riz? I feel like that's kind of decent. Or like, I want to kiss you right now. Lights dim. I'm giving out a free game. That's kind of genius.
Yeah, but you have to say, Alexa, I want to kiss you.
What if you only dated girls named Alexa? Only date girls named Alexa, change the code word to I want to kiss you, and then have it like dim the lights to like 20%. Free game, motherfuckers. And that works for people named Siri too. Now, the second one from Jay. As a woman, I sometimes judge men on the type of underwear that they are wearing. Is there anything that would be a deal breaker for you when a girl gets undressed? A penis. Deal breaker for sure. A chastity belt. A family-sized Caesar salad. If I open that shit and it's just like a fucking vegetable medley in there, I'd be really confused. But honestly, it might not be a deal breaker. I might still carry through with that. Well, Caesar dressing is kind of messy though. If she's a 10 though, maybe. Or a 9. Or an 8. Or a 7 if I'm drunk. Or a 6 and it's been a month or so. But if you're a 5, stay away from the vegetables in the pants. Let's see. What else? Ooh, a tip screen? That would fucking suck. If I like pull her pants down, it's like starting at 25% too. Fuck. Custom tip. My tip. Oh, stupid. What else? Like a small mechanic gnome? Like a gnome dressed like a mechanic doing an oil change? Probably at least let him finish his thing before I went down. But honestly, probably a deal breaker. That would be kind of weird. Ooh, maybe like her ex's face tattooed on her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of tough. Especially if it was like a weird face, like not just like him looking sexy, but him like, or something like that would be fucking crazy.
Doesn't matter what underwear, though. Or salad.
Underwear. Oh, I guess the original question was underwear, wasn't it?
It was about underwear. No underwear is bad. I love it.
Soiled, maybe.
Oh.
If I pull it down and there's some like a streaker, a couple maybe streaks,
Like
or
restain.
even maybe like a yellow streak, that too. Yeah, the poop though especially would be tough. But it wouldn't even be a deal breaker. I'd just be like hop in the shower, like and like really get back there. Yeah, what does that say
Really?
about me? Yeah, probably. If she's like, come on. Like, okay, we're talking like goat though, like goat, like Kate Upton. God, a lot of like dating, sex. Is that like all I've become? Is that like my new brand?
This is the favorites.
Just like dirty Ian. Any advice on going through life with a micro penis? Huh. I'm gonna be so honest, like, I don't know if I've ever met anyone with a micro penis.
Well, if your homie had a micro penis, would he really tell you?
Yeah, I guess that's not information I would go around flaunting. Advice for going through life on a micro penis. I guess you could just become like a bottom. Just start taking it. Because I feel like if you're a bottom, they don't really care about dick size. I don't know, do they? I don't know. Is that even like, is that offensive to say? You could go trans. I bet honestly with a micro penis, the surgery would cost less too. How do they do that? How do they charge that? Does the charge change based on penis length? Because I feel like the bigger the penis or like the more balls you're dealing with, like obviously the more intensive of a surgery. So I would hope that if you had a micro penis, it would be cheaper. It would be faster. Probably less painful. Like, I mean, obviously there's the real answer, right? Where it's like, if you find the right woman, she shouldn't care. And like, you don't need to be loved by others romantically to find yourself. But that's kind of bullshit. So, you know, I'm throwing that in there just to show that I have humanity. But you just got to make a lot of money. That's the flat out answer. You got to make so much money. Like, I'm not talking millies, I'm talking 10 millies probably. Like, enough to be like financially secure for the rest of your life and also financially secure someone else. Because let's be so honest, like there are women out there who will date like completely infertile, completely ED'd out, 85-year-old men because they own a yacht. So as long as you're at least moderately attractive in every other way, and you're pretty wealthy, I think you stand a chance. This last one comes in from C. C says, any favorite conspiracy theories? Nobody actually likes whiskey. I'm going to be so honest, that shit is gross. Especially if you're drinking it neat or as a shot. Even on the rocks, I would argue, you're insane. Mixed drink, whiskey sour, whiskey coke, fine, maybe. But like, yeah, whiskey is disgusting, and I think if you say otherwise, you are lying for clout. And that's fine. And I understand there's clout that comes with liking whiskey.
Pretty tough guy.
Yeah, like tough guy, you have like that, I would imagine that you smelled kind of like wormwood and like warm and like, you know, you give off like Dos Equis' main character vibe. I get it. I understand why you would lie about that, but I'm on to you. I would say the same also for distance running, anything over 4 miles. Ice baths, black coffee, backpacking. Yeah, you're just suffering for clout. There's definitely something to suffering for suffering's sake, right? So you're becoming more tolerable towards running long distances or cold temperatures. But you can't tell me you enjoy it unironically. Like, fuck off. Like, I've done all those things, and all those things fucking suck. I feel like you're doing it to talk about it. It's like the 75-day hard challenge. Like, it's like no one's doing it for the health benefits. You're doing it to say that you did it. Even, like, being vegan, I feel like. Like, it's like, if you're vegan for the ethical reasons, sure. If you're like, I'm vegan because I like vegan food.
Insane.
Okay. Yeah, so that was the episode. That was the first ever solo episode. Let me know what you guys think. Are there parts of it that you liked? Is there parts of it that you disliked? Do you want to see more of this? Do you not? There's plenty more questions. I could do this forever. I had fun, and obviously it's something I'm going to have to dial in a little bit. So if there's anything I can do better next time, let me know. Thanks for tuning in, and see you guys soon.